Hello everyone, welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we are going to be looking over a touch-up I did for the ECC 1/3 Jason Maquette that was just shipped out. And I did a lot of little things here just to kind of punch it up a little bit. Starting with the dead eye, I didn't really like the way that they did it. So I shot white, a little bit of white over the pupil. And then I hit it with some tan yellow underneath here, just to kind of give it like a milky dead effect. And then I went over both eyes with clear nail polish to kind of shine them up a bit. And I think that helped out. I didn't redo any of the vein work because I was pretty happy with how that was. If I can get it in focus. And as far as the face, what I did was I took a transparent Bambi brown, and I did much like he did in his review. I just kind of went through it. I shot a little bit, wiped it down just to kind of fill in all the cracks and to kind of punch up the depth and just the sculpt in general here. It was a little bit washed out. It kind of lacked a little bit in detail. So I came back through here and just added some shading in places. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Under these studio lights, it's not really showing up like it should. So I'll take some pictures after I do this video review. There'll be some still shots where I kind of try to closer match what it looks like in real life. But anyway, I went through here and I sprayed all this down, and then I added some shading. I also Jason himself underneath here wasn't really finished out too far in the body, so I kind of brought that down so his shirt could be opened up more. And I did that all around like the back of the neck and the upper part of the shoulders around the clavicles. And next for the head, I went inside the mouth and I did clear nail polish inside to kind of weten everything up and over the teeth. And then I used 5-minute epoxy just over this part and right over here to add some drool for him. And I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Up top here, as far as the wound, the axe wound, I kind of shined things up a little bit and added a little bit of some spray effect on here, which it's not really picking up in the light, unfortunately. I don't know how to capture it. Maybe it kind of show up here a little bit. So where it would have shot down if you get a hatchet wound to your skull. Now for the hands, I did more of the same transparent Bambi brown wipes, just to bring out like the texture in the sculpt and the color in there, which hopefully like I can kind of show you guys. Although, I don't know, it's not really wanting to pick up. Come back around through here. I'm sorry guys, it's kind of hard to capture all this. But anyway, I did more of that, and then I used a Tamiya weathering, their mud, and I kind of rubbed that on there just to kind of dirty up his hands a bit. And then I also brought the coloring all the way up here to his elbow, so he could have his sleeves up if we wanted to. See if I can catch that detail in there. There we go. But anyway, I was happy with the way the hand turned out. It looks more real, looks more dirty. And then I also added some blood spattering and speckling on the hand. You can't be murderizing people without getting some blood splatter on your hands, in my opinion. I'll come over to the other hand as I did more of the same work over here. Just kind of dirtying things up a little bit, which hopefully is showing up for you guys, because I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. And again, I just brought the shading and coloring up on the arm a bit more. It's hard to add a little bit of shading to this kind of stuff without going overboard, because if you go overboard, you kind of lose the translucent resin effect. And while we're down over here, we'll go ahead and talk about the mask. I gave that a little bit of attention as well. And basically what I did is on the front of here, I just used War Paint's Quick Shade, which is basically a wash. And what it does is it kind of deepens up the markings on here and just brings a little bit more realism to it. And then I also added some little blood flake and splatter up here on the top part of the mask. Behind the mask was white. So what I ended up doing was I painted the back of it yellow tan to get rid of the white. And then I also used, again, the same War Paint's Quick Shade to put a wash on the back side of the mask to kind of dirty it up as well. And then I touched up the blood effect here also. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way the mask turned out in the end. Okay, as far as the knife itself, I added epoxy to the blade and then painted it to kind of get like a blood drip effect on here. And it's kind of really hard to capture this on video. I also added more splatter up on the higher part of the blade. We'll kind of like rotate it around here. I just like the way it looks with the blood dripping down. I think it kind of looks more menacing to me. Hopefully you guys like these changes. I kind of like the way it came out myself, and I guess that's the most important thing. Okay, and then as far as the outfit, I actually spent a lot of time on here, although it's not really showing up on video. I feel like it's wasted. But it looks good in real life, I promise you guys. But anyway, I added more Tamiya mud and oil stain to the clothes to dirty them up. And in fact, like I went a little bit heavier around the bottom of the pants, because if you're running around the forest hacking people up, you're going to get your pants dirty. And these were pretty clean from the factory. So I spent some time, actually spent a bit of time like coming all through here, dirtying stuff up. I also added the Tamiya mud around the boots as well to kind of dirty those up. And hopefully that is showing up for you guys. And then coming up through here, I also added blood splatter on the boots and then on the outfit itself. And then also some blood staining, so we can kind of see that throughout here. So you'll see like a red tint. I didn't want to go like super heavy with it, but there's like some blood splatter, red tint on here. I also did that around the sleeves. Just to kind of dirty them up and again make it more realistic. And I finished up the top of the outfit with adding again some more the Tamiya mud effect around here, again just to dirty it up a bit. And then I followed with a little bit of splatter and stuff in places. I didn't want to go overboard with the blood, but a little bit went a long way. And hopefully when I take some photos of this thing, like it'll kind of show up. Like hopefully that kind of shows you like the jersey and kind of shows you what was done. And then also on the collars here, like there's material, there's like stitching material on the inside of these collars that were kept on popping out. So I fixed that and I glued that part like back to the inside of the collar so it would display without that continuing to pop out from underneath the jersey, which was really kind of pissing me off. And so I fixed that as well. Let's see. On the back here, I did just some weathering, some more weathering and stuff. I really liked the sweat stains that they already had going on here. So I just kind of added a little bit more to things, to places. I dirtied up the elbows. Just places where, you know, I felt like he would be kind of dirty. And then here's a look at the bottom of the pants. on the back. So yeah, that's it. That's him. Hopefully you guys like the bumped up version. Again, like, this isn't needed. I don't want people to think that they buy like a super expensive statue and you have to go and do these kind of things to it, because you don't. I like to mess around and play with things, so that's why I do it. But this is definitely not a necessity. You don't have to do these kind of things to have a killer piece. I was happy with the piece by itself, but I love to just see what I can get out of it myself. And finally, here's a quick shot of the mask on. As always, feel free to leave any questions or comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe, and be sure to click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later. And now I'm off to try to get some good picks for you.